Good evening, everybody. Theo Tutkaluk with you this fine Thursday evening at the MTS Iceplex. I have two wonderful gentlemen beside me. To my left, your right, Dave Cameron, head on-ice instructor and program manager for Jets hockey development. And the gentleman that I've known for quite so many years, probably about 20 years we go back, Lee Stubbs. He is the high-performance trainer here at the MTS Iceplex. Gentlemen, thank you for joining with me. We'll start with Lee. Give me a little bit of a background in your hockey and your hockey development and what brought you to the Iceplex.
Well, obviously, we know each other through hockey, so played a lot of years through Winnipeg minor hockey, played my AAA and Junior A here, went to U of M, and then got into working at Focus Fitness here, the MTS Iceplex, and did a lot of hockey development and off-ice training here. And then the last few years, I've been working in the gym with some team training and also on the ice doing team training and individual skills and small group training here.
And Dave, what brought you to the Iceplex? What is your role? Can you define it for me a little bit?
Yeah, so I work with a lot of teams, a lot of players, and we customize a lot of programming, trying to make sure that players have an opportunity to work on the things that they need to work on when they're not with their team, or doing some extra things as far as power skating or learning about their position a little more with the forwards and defensemen, talking kind of in depth about the things that they need to have as far as just getting better every year and every practice they're on the ice, and just trying to work with as many players as we can to help in their development.
Absolutely, and development is a key thing for younger players, and of course getting into the later years. It's changed a lot. I mean, back in the day we only had head coaches and assistant coaches. Yeah. What does Focus Fitness and what does this facility bring? Not just the ice sheets, but what does it bring on and off the ice, like we touched on quickly?
Yeah, I think it brings a lot of opportunity, right? It just gives players a lot of opportunity and choices as to what each family needs. They have the opportunity to check out different programs, to come at different times, to come with their team at different time slots, to bring us out to team practices where, if coaches don't feel comfortable teaching something or they want to give them a different look, it just adds something, a new element to their team practice and a different dynamic to kind of what they can do to get better.
So we work with teams, we work with the individuals, right, Lee? Tell me how, growing up we didn't have the support staff. How do you develop the kids individually, and then how do you work with them as a team? What's the difference there?
Well, I think we're just our whole team, from Focus Fitness to Jets Hockey Development. We're an asset. We can, like you said, work with teams in the gym, work on their team fitness. We do generally fitness training at the start of the season. We can test the team individually, see what individual players need off the ice, off the ice, and then on the ice, we work a lot on individual skill training. So a lot of coaches work on team systems and flow drills and whatnot. We'll break things down. We'll work on things like puck handling on the ice and passing and shooting and scoring. And like Dave said, position-specific skills, things like that they won't normally do in practice.
So what I'm hearing a lot here is that third man help, so to speak, and the customization is key. Now, how do you customize for these players? They've got busy schedules. School and hockey and practicing. Your weekly, tell me what your week is looking like with a team and with an individual.
Yeah, so with teams right now, we'll sit down with them, and whether that's an association or a team, they get to book kind of what works for them. So right now for us, Monday nights we work with 6 AAA teams, the Bantam kids and then the City Midget kids. And Tuesdays we have 2 associations that come in, and they send 7 teams through 2 different ice slots each week. And then we've got high school programs on Thursday. The alternate days we've got mornings with either private sessions or small groups, as well as right after school, kind of in the 3:30 or 4 o'clock time slot, we've got private sessions as well. So it's busy, but again, it's customized based on every player's different schedule. So between Lee and I, we're on the ice a lot. Lee's in the gym a lot, and working with players and trying to help them really figure out what they need to get better.
Okay, so the hardest question I'm going to ask, because we love how teenagers are so into smartphones and tablets, how do you maintain the right communication with the players? How do you help them understand that what we're doing is to make you better, but also that if you stick with this program, it's going to work out?
Well, I think one thing that me and Dave really focus on is when we work with a team or work with a family, we communicate a ton. We follow up a lot. If a team's coming into the gym, we make sure we're looking at their schedules. When did they play last? If they played a lot of games, if they had played a lot of games, do we need to do recovery work with them rather than a hard workout? If they haven't played a lot of games, we can focus more on strength. Same with on the ice. We get their schedules and we know when they're playing, and we communicate with parents, and certain parents and associations, they want their teams to work on certain fundamentals, whether it's power skating or puck handling or whatever they see in the past couple games. They'll send me and Dave emails, or they'll give us a call on the phone and say, hey, we need to work on this, and we'll build a plan based on what their needs are.
So the plan is developed, the communication is there. Now it's up to the player to follow through and make sure that works out, correct?
Yeah, and I think, when players see themselves using some of the skills that we work on in games, and they work, or they build more confidence in them, that sells it itself, and then kids want to come back and they want to do more. I've started now sending a lot of NHL clips to parents to show them, the things that we worked on in a game setting for an NHL player, and then showing their kids that. That really kind of hits home when they see those guys using the same skills, and then being able to break those down and show a 15-year-old, midget player or bantam player how they're using them, and that they use them as well. That really goes a long way for the kids to buy in. And then once the kids buy in, then it's just a matter of them building confidence and getting better.
So I'm going to use a magic word real quick, and that word is plateau. We both know what the plateau is. How do you get that player, that team, to progress through the plateau and continue to progress so they finish strong at the end of the year? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I think the one great thing about the Iceplex too that helps with that is we have so many different things we can offer. Like we have the gym, we have on ice with JHD, we have the ice lab, we have it all in one facility. So I think we can help the goaltenders get better as the season progresses. We can help our players with their on ice skill training. We can work closely, and like I said, in the gym or whether it's on the ice, we work with the teams. If we know those teams are in a heavy schedule and they're fatiguing, we can work with recovery and things so that they're playing their maximal potential and things like that.
Yeah, I was just going to add that we talk a lot with the coaches, so the coaches get to customize their plans based on what they see in the games. And then as time goes on and the development happens, we always tell players, as each player gets better, the overall level of the team goes up. Yep. And as each player keeps getting better, the level keeps getting to a higher level. And we always see a lot of teams really peaking at the end of the season and making runs towards city championships or provincial championships, because throughout the year, those players have gotten better.
Sure. And we're not just talking about the male hockey players. We also see some female teams as well,
absolutely.
Female individuals.
Yep.
Do you see a change or a difference in recovery or program planning from males to females, or is it pretty much the same, or it's all customized, correct? So it's different for every team.
Yeah, that's right. And even our programs, everything's based on who's registered. We'll spend a lot of time working with each player, especially in our summer program. We've got two different summer programs, one with college females and one with bantam females. Their program is different than, let's say, the college guys program, based on needs. The college female players don't handle the puck as much. They don't take as many shots in practice, so a lot of the time with them is spent with a puck or with shooting to really develop those skills that they don't spend as much time on. There's different elements that we would look at from a programming side based on needs of the players.
So programming, does it all start in the fall? Do you have teams of players showing up midway through the season, like it's January, and everyone hits the gym in January because they have New Year's resolutions, right? So do you see teams showing up in January or individuals showing up?
I think our programming depends on the time of year for us. For example, if we're working on our spring hockey program and Dave's working on his spring skills programs, we've already got that stuff pretty much planned and prepared and rolled out, and we kind of tweak it along the way and keep working on it, far in advance. For our summer programming, same thing. As the new year rolls in, we kind of got everything planned and prepared and rolled out, and we try to improve on what we did the last year so we can give a better product each year to our
So you're able to
players
plug and play a team in there if they're coming in January or right before playoffs, or if they've got like a spring team showing up that you can plug and play them in there and adapt as you need, right?
So we've got the flexibility within the 4 ice sheets, which is great. To get some ice, to add in more sessions. We've added in now some Sunday mornings just because of the demand to get some teams on the ice. We also get a lot of phone calls from parents that say, I've got 6 or 8 kids that want to skate. A couple of spring teams have done that already, where they're putting their spring teams together now and getting kids started, a couple Sundays a month and just getting going, just to keep everybody working and developing, which is fun.
Absolutely. So how do they get involved? Do they just come into the Iceplex, or they give you a call? What's the best way for a team or a group of individuals to say, hey, Dave, I've got this problem, I got this issue, I need to fix things?
They can give us a call or send us an email. Our emails are on our website, Bell Mts Iceplex.com, and you can check everything out there, and our programs are all listed there as well. Lee and I's profiles are there with our names and our emails and everything, and best contact information is probably that way.
Right. And so, Lee, what's the hardest thing you've faced in your young career as a trainer here in your on-ice and off-ice experience with the Iceplex? Or do you just love the challenge?
You know what? There's not really anything that I can think of that is the hardest. You know what? You work with all different levels of hockey players and athletes, from the grassroots to pro players, and it's all just different. So you're doing different things every day. You're working in the gym with pro athletes. You're working with little kids. Same thing with on the ice. So it just changes. It varies every day, and it's challenging and it's fun.
Any last messages, gentlemen, before we take off?
No, I think we're excited that we get to coach hockey every day. It's a great environment to be in, and this is a fun place to be, and it's really exciting to see the kids getting better.
Yeah, we're lucky to do what we do.
Lucky what we do. Dave, Lee, thanks for joining me here this evening. I know you guys got to get onto the rink for a training session. That's all from us. Theo Tutkaluk, MSN. Game of the week coming up here. A little pregame interview with the boys. Enjoy the rest of the holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.